Thanks for joining us here on CTV News Channel. I'm Renee Rogers.
I'm not only here as a grieving mother, I am here being the voice of a beautiful, strong voice that was silenced.
Parents grieving the loss of their children killed in Tuesday's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC. A memorial continues to grow as we learn more about the children and two adults who lost their lives in the attack. 12-year-old students Abel Mwansa, Kylie Smith, Zoe Benoit, Takaria Lampert, 13-year-old Ezekiel Schofield, and 39-year-old Shanda Avigona Durand. Two other victims were also killed at their home. The suspected shooter's sibling, 11-year-old Emmett Jacobs, and their mother, 39-year-old Jennifer Jacobs. And here's a live look at Parliament Hill this morning, where politicians of all stripes are united in their support for the people of the tight-knit community of Tumbler Ridge. And tonight, Prime Minister Mark Carney will attend a vigil in that community. He's invited other federal party leaders to join him, and all are expected to be there. For more on this, let's bring in CTV's Kathy Lee, who is live for us in Tumbler Ridge this morning. Kathy, as we learn the names of the victims of this tragedy, what can you share about them?
Good morning, Renee. You know, the parents of some of these victims have come forward and they're wanting to share the stories because they want people to learn about who their children were, and they want to add a bit of detail there to bring them to life in a sense. And so we heard from Takaria Lampert's mom in that clip, earlier, and I just want to add a little bit more context to what she was talking about yesterday, in addition to explaining about just what a beautiful and full of life person her daughter was. But as they move forward in this healing journey, she talked about the difficulties of the day-to-day life, turning around in the vehicle and doing a head count and having one less child in the vehicle and how difficult that's going to be. We've been talking about how tiny this town is, 2,400 people. And so going to the grocery store is going to be difficult. Returning to school when that time comes is going to be difficult. Doing day-to-day extracurricular activities is going to be difficult. It's going to be looked through a very different lens. But of course, counselors are here to support the community and to support the families that are going through this. And as you mentioned, we have the Prime Minister and other federal party leaders coming as well, and that's going to show support for them, which is very needed at this time.
I just can't imagine how that community is doing, just being plummeted into this grief and mourning. How is the community coming together to support one another during this time?
I think just talking to each other and being the neighbors that they've always been. I spoke to a teacher of the victims yesterday. He shared some really great stories about some of those students, and it was very touching. But we also talked about, I know it sounds cliche, you know, small community, everyone is really tight-knit, but they really are. Tumbler Ridge is in northeastern BC. It's quite remote. There's no big city nearby. And so that meaning of tight-knit community rings true here, because if they need each other for something, they can't rely and drive hours away because there's really nothing else out there. So they rely on each other to take care of each other. And that's what they're going to continue to do here. They're going to, because it's like one big family, everybody knows everybody, everybody is impacted in the same way. And so they share that grief. There was a vigil that was held just the other night, and again, another vigil tonight. And all of this is quite healing for them, from what they tell us, the support that they feel, not just from the community members, but from right across the country as well. They feel that support. Many of them have gotten messages and calls from family and friends and strangers from across the country. And this is really what they tell us helping in their journey. And again, with having the Prime Minister coming down here and all the other federal leaders, that's also going to lend to that support as well. And they welcome it, and they really do appreciate it.
That community has just been thrust into the spotlight in the most tragic way possible. Kathy, thank you very much for this.